The Colonel Podcast. Hosted by Noah Norton.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Colonel Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Noah Norton. Look at this. Our 4th episode. This is amazing. May the 4th be with you. We'll get right into it. But just letting you know kind of what our main subject's going to be, because I'm sure you're interested. We're going to talk about how this is potentially the worst year ever in filmmaking. Not just the movies coming out, because, of course, we had Tenet this year, which maybe is the only redeeming factor of 2020. But, you know, we'll kind of talk about the delays that are happening, what this means for 2021. So stick around for that. But before, as always, we're going to start with our Quick Bites section. These little stories, little kernels, little pops of wisdom that we're going to bestow upon you to make sure that you're all caught up with what's been happening this week and in the last few days. All right, you ready? Let's pop it, lock it, let's butter it down. Getting right into it, new trailer for Free Guy. Free Guy, that movie starring Ryan Reynolds about a video game character who realizes he's in a video game. My initial thoughts coming off that trailer, love seeing Ryan again. Love seeing Ryan Reynolds working. Obviously, it's been a while since we've had a Deadpool movie, so I think we're all a little starved for some Ryan Reynolds, for some hot Canadian Ryan on our screen, be it Gosling or Reynolds. But yeah, this is really exciting. And the best thing about this movie already, we're going to get it this year. That's awesome. It's coming out in December. Yeah, this is really exciting. And you know, maybe this is a big return to must-see cinema, you know, following Tenet. So we'll see. On to the next thing. Christopher God King Nolan's next film will not use any CGI at all. No CGI. It's pretty exciting, right? That's pretty exciting. It's not even going to use any practical effects either. By all accounts, Christopher Nolan's next film is going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes of a blank screen. I have chills right now. It's so exciting, right? Because what an incredible thing to do, where you can't even tell. We think of film as such a visual media. You're not even gonna be able to tell if your eyes are open or closed. What if film is an internal media as well? From what the reports are saying, Christopher Nolan is actually expecting the audience to create their own story during this vacant black void on the screen, that we're supposed to imagine our own thing. And I know I can tell you right now, I'm going to be imagining The Prestige too. And whatever I imagine, you better get that nominated on the screen, all right? I can imagine how this is going to change the Academy Awards, because everyone's going to have imagined a different thing happening, a different groundbreaking performance. If we're talking Academy Awards, signed, sealed, delivered, we give that best cinematography, whoever ends up lighting this film, to whoever's doing it. Because we think of cinematography, we think about, you know, how light interacts with film. Well, isn't the absence of light just as important? That's pretty brilliant. I'm excited for it. All I'm going to say, Denis Villeneuve, Dune better be pretty good. Better pretty good, because looks like Nolan's already got next year on lock. And moving on here, Jamie Foxx's Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming back for Tom Holland's 3rd Spider-Man film. He's not going to be the only returning character. Topher Grace's Venom will also be gracing the screen. Grace him. See it. And I got to say, they weren't really my favorite characters. If I'm being honest, they weren't really my favorite characters. I actually thought both of them were each, like, the worst aspects of each film. So I don't really know how that's going to work out. But I do think, if I do think there's any consolation, it's going to be that you have Kevin Feige, you know, manning the helm here. And we all, you know, as far as Hollywood goes, we always believe in redemption stories. So maybe he saw something in there that's kind of unused potential. So we'll see. Maybe Kevin Feige can pull something out of there. I think the biggest thing is get some hot girls. Get some hot girls for that movie. You know, get Zendaya the heck out of there. Let's get a Gwen Stacy character in there. So, you know, someone more in the vein of Emma Stone and Kristen Dunst. Come on. You know, how long do we keep after waiting? Bryce Dallas Howard. We're talking about returning characters. Bryce Dallas Howard returning as Gwen Stacy? Emma Stone? That's interesting. So if we're already bringing these characters back, maybe this is how we're going to do it. It's interesting. Moving on. American Pickle. American Pickle, my quick little review on it. So I just watched it on HBO Max. Right. And I got to say, first thoughts, it's kind of disappointing. I think the biggest issue I have with it right out the gate is it didn't connect to the Pickle Rick episode from Rick and Morty, which is really interesting to me because you could see how they laid the groundwork for it in the episode. You know, people can turn into pickles. Yet somehow we got this weird folksy tale about generations and, you know, Seth Rogen playing two characters. He can't handle it. Seth Rogen, when he has James Franco not opposite from him, when he has just himself to reflect on, he can't handle it. He can't handle that sort of thing. So that was really kind of a bummer on my end to see. Rick and Morty, if you don't know, I'm getting a little tangent on here. That's a great show. That is a great, great show. But you kind of need a high IQ if you're going to enjoy it. So if you're not that smart, I'm sorry. It's just not going to be for you. You should go watch Enola Holmes, you know, while the rest of us high IQ adults are watching a real show like Rick and Morty. Maybe something you should do. Szechuan sauce. What? Szechuan? So, yeah. I didn't like it. Seth Rogen's laugh is actually starting to be grating to me. It kind of hurts my ears. I don't really think of it as very good. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. I don't know. Maybe an idiot would enjoy it. You know, someone without a high IQ. I don't know. Obviously not something I can relate to. Okay, moving on. This is interesting. This is an interesting little update what's going on here. Because if you don't know, today is exactly the day we're recording the podcast. Obviously, this may come out a few days later with editing and all that. You know, we high production value on this thing. But today, the day we are recording this podcast, is exactly 1 year from when Martin Scorsese told Kevin Feige that Marvel isn't real cinema. Marvel movies are just roller coaster rides. It's actually exactly 1 year today, and we do have this breaking news alert that apparently Kevin Feige and Francesca are celebrating their 2-month anniversary, and by all accounts, it has gotten very serious. This is actually broken by Variety originally, but they did an interview with Francesca's friend, Becky Stillmore, and this is the quote she has to say. Let me get it up. OMG, like, oh my gosh, they totally have went all the way. Like, when they were in that hot tub at Jessica Tillman's house, like, oh my gosh, they were touching parts. I totally thought I heard a moan. Oh my gosh, he's totally hitting it. Look, we want to think we're a podcast of integrity and that we only report the most important things, but come on. This is juicy. This is good stuff. I can't imagine Martin Scorsese is very happy about this. We had a question my producer wants to float out there, and I don't know if you guys want to take a stab at it. It's maybe too raunchy, but do you think he wears the hat? Do you think he wears the hat during sex? Or does she wear the hat during sex? I don't know. I'm sorry. This may be too gross, but it's steamy. Steamy goss. And then going forward, this is actually interesting. So we started our Did You Know section. Well, I'm going to actually put you on another Did You Know. I'm going to give you some more information. This is a deep dive into film knowledge that is not on IMDb trivia, so you're only going to hear from me first. But interesting deep dive fact, Christopher Nolan has assaulted over 20 actors for sitting down in a chair while they were on set. Yeah, did you know that? As we know, Nolan doesn't like anyone sitting in a chair while on set. He's an alpha male. I mean, what else can you say? He's an alpha male. And look, if you're an actor and you're on a Nolan film, you know who's wearing the pants. All right? You know who's wearing the hockey pads for you Batman fans. It's Christopher Nolan. Okay, and then right here is where we're supposed to break for the main topic, but I had actually put this note in here. I had forgotten about this, but I put this note in here because we talk a lot about people that we've kind of lost in the show. If you remember briefly, we talked about how Marvel isn't coming out with a movie this year, and we talked also about Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, and then of course the death and resurrection of Tom Cruise. But there was a passing today that affected me, and I'm sure it affected some of you listeners as well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put this one in here, but I think it's just really worth saying because of what an inspiration he was to me as a person. But today, through complications with the COVID-19 virus, we lost Donald J. Trump. And some of you may be hearing that name for the first time, and I can't blame you. He was kind of a smaller figure in cinema, but he was in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and he played a billionaire sort of eccentric character who talked to Kevin, and he also was big in the wrestling world, and he was also really big in Celebrity Apprentice, and he had been around for about 20 years, and he just kind of was always this presence in my life, kind of my LeVar Burton, you know? And I just really wanted to say that we are very sorry to see him go. I remember this time I was watching Celebrity Apprentice, and my dad came into the room, and he was like, "Oh, I don't get it, you know? What's this kid's show on it?" And I know it was a kid's show, and I know a lot of what he did was for children, but it really meant a lot to me. So I am just right now, tonight, my thoughts, my prayers, they're totally with the Trump family right now, and his son Bear and his beautiful wife Ivanka. You are all of my thoughts tonight, and I just hope that you know how much he affected my life, and surely the lives of others. I'm really sorry I had to bring that. I'm not sorry I brought that up, but anyways, thank you for allowing me to indulge in a moment where I respected someone that I very much cared about. I don't know why I keep doing this, though. I keep ending on these really sad moments, so I do apologize to everyone in the sense that I should have put this in the middle or given you guys a trigger warning, for God's sake, but yeah, sorry, Donald. Anyways, stick around. I'm going to take a moment to compose myself, but our next topic is going to be really fun. I'm going to be really informative about some of the major films that are being delayed, so stick around. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, that was a little sobering, but it really just feels like something every day in 2020, doesn't it? Something every day. You lose an icon, lose a hero, you know? So, sorry if that got a little melancholy, but it's important that I think it's important that we remember these people, you know? Recognize what they did. So, instead, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is the main topic. And this is kind of just like a list of films and really my thoughts about what it means that they're getting delayed. These were all movies. Think about this. These were all movies that were slated to come out this year. Think about what a loss that is. Of course, with everything, Yahweh willing, they'll be out in 2021. All right? So fingers crossed on that. But let's just go forward. I'll kind of share my thoughts on what I think about them. And let's get started. First off, Dune. So obviously, this is a big loss. Supposed to come out this year. Instead, it's going to be October of 2021. You got to hope when they take this kind of time off that, you know, they're taking that time to work on story, that Denis Villeneuve is doing a lot of stuff to make sure I can't take this anymore. I really can't. You know, at least Nolan released something, right? I'm sorry. I was trying to be optimistic at the start of this, but I really can't take this. That is just... Oh, God. We would have had Nolan. We would have had Nolan and Villanueva in 1 year. I'm just going to go forward. I don't even really want to think about it anymore. I didn't see Timothée Chalamet's face this year. I haven't had to go without it since I didn't even know existed. I'm going to push on. No Time to Die. Okay, so No Time to Die, that got pushed back to April of 2021. Ever since I was a kid, I loved the Bond franchise. Bond taught me a lot about women, you know? Those powerful side character women that would pop in and out. Yeah, that's probably why I like Tenet so much. Maybe, because it kind of feels like a Bond film in some ways, you know? Why aren't they casting Robert Pattinson as the next Bond, you know? Actually, you know who it should go to? And this is a statement right here. And Ian Fleming, you can quote me. Look me dead in the eyes right now, Ian. I know you're a longtime viewer. Look at me. Idris Elba. How powerful would that be? Candyman. Oh, God. Candyman was pushed to an unknown date in 2021. I mean, Jordan Peele directed it, so I guess I love this movie. I don't know. Doesn't seem as good as Hereditary or Midsummer. Rotten Tomatoes is gonna woke meter this one into my butt. They're gonna bend me over, spit on it, squirt some rotten juice, and just take a certified fresh rod up my ass. And they're gonna keep pumping, and I'm gonna say, "No, Daddy Tomatoes, get out of my ass. Stop filling me with your seeds. Hopefully you're using a seedless tomato on my tender little ass. No, Daddy Tomato, no. Harder, no, yes. Oh, yeah, I don't know, you know? Then it's going to pull out and squirt a 62% all over it. I don't know. Last Night in Soho. I forgot about this movie. Oh, that's exciting. That's a shame that it's getting pushed, but I really forgot about this. Okay, it's been pushed to April of 2021. It's directed by Edgar Wright, king of the indie gems. He's great. For the age of 12, I started to base my personality off of Scott Pilgrim. So this is kind of like really exciting for me. Scott Pilgrim taught me a lot about relationships and how you should always be deceitful to women, treat them like garbage, and just remember, men, you're always right. Come into a relationship with expectations, and the second those aren't met, treat them like they're the ones with the issue and not you. That's what I've done in all seven of my relationships in these past 2 years. And I can tell you they have not been successful. But that's on the women. Remember that. Film bros. It's the woman's fault. Speaking of women, Black Widow. Black Widow has been pushed to May of 2021. Of course, we would have already seen it by now. If the 2020 slate had stuck together, we would have already seen it right now. The Eternals would be out. So this is a real loss. Scarlett Johansson in that tight leather suit, that could have saved the year. Damn it, that could have saved the years. I'm not going to lie. I've been having some serious Marvel withdrawal. I know female-led films aren't as good as the male ones, but come on. You had Florence Pugh in there? The hottest girl in Midsummer? Oh, my God. I think there's a Rachel Weisz or something in there, too. That's a hot lady. And then you got a Stranger Things. You got a Stranger Things character with David Harbour. That's really disappointing. I need to see something Marvel this year. I really, really do. I'm glad that for now it seems like WandaVision will be coming out. But holy crap. I'm a heroin addict for Marvel. I need it. So I need something. A Quiet Place Part 2. So A Quiet Place Part 2 has been pushed to April of 2021. That's exactly a year from when it would have come out originally. My thoughts on A Quiet Place Part 2, the first one was a real surprise for me. When I heard they were doing a sequel, I wasn't really sure how they're going to pick up with it because the patriarch had died in the family. And once, John Krasinski died, who cares, So I was a little disappointed when I heard that Emily Blunt was going to be kind of helming the franchise because she's not this strong male presence. She's hot, there's no doubt about it, but she's also mom recently given birth hot, which is not as hot. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to be with a strong lead. Good news is, and I have a note here, Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy's in the film, and he could be a surrogate strong male. I think he's great. He's in Peaky Blinders. I've never seen it. Everyone says it's like, okay. So, yeah, I might be able to relate to him. That's good. F9, Fast and Furious 9 has been pushed to May of 2021. Got to see justice for Han. I don't know what happens with this franchise, but we got to see some justice for Han. The space scenes, I have a note here. Space scenes will be as philosophical as 2001 Space Odyssey. It's just kind of the words around where the script's direction is going. It's supposed to be a lot of long takes with characters standing out, looking into the void of space and wondering, how does family exist in space? I think that's something we're all kind of excited to see because we've seen them push the boundaries so much with the action and the how interesting could it be. But in the dark void of space, in that never-ending chasm, will Vin Diesel still care about his family then? I think that's interesting. Maybe Deadpool is in the universe. Oh, you're saying this is real? Because he was in Hobbs and Shaw. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Ryan Reynolds was in Hobbs and Shaw, and he's in Free Guy, which could be What if this is the case? I didn't even consider that. And I think this would make sense because Disney and Universal have a great relationship. So maybe that Ryan Reynolds character in Hobbs and Shaw was pre-Deadpool. Oh, that's interesting. Deadpool might be in the next Fast 9. That's crazy. Very interesting. Other movie pushed. Minions: The Rise of Gru has been pushed to July of 2021. Why was this on the list? We're talking about movies we're actually kind of sad to see not be there. Yeah, I mean, aside from Candyman, that's more just satisfying our woke fans. But this is a child's movie. Are any of you interested in this movie? Are you gonna go see Minions: Rise of Gru? You're gonna go get your midnight premiere and you're gonna go there? Or do you just have some stupid, dumb kids? Is that what it is? This is a child's movie. I should be wasting this isn't cinema. You know what this is? This isn't cinema. This is a roller coaster ride. The Minions movies are not real cinema. Okay? The French Dispatch. It currently has no release date. This is a shame because I feel like I saw the trailer so recently, And you hate when you see a trailer so far in advance. But currently has no release date. Hopefully December. This is another Timothée Chalamet. This is another movie with Timothée Chalamet's gorgeous, handsome boy face. He grew a mustache. It reminds me of the first mustache I grew when I was 13 years old. And we're not going to see it. That is... Are we really not going to get any Timothée Chalamet this year? Marvel, just put something out. Cast him in something and just put it out, please. We really might go a full year without Timothée Chalamet. This one could be our hope because they haven't officially said the day. It could be December, but God damn it. Halloween Kills, pushed to October of 2021. Not too excited about this. Didn't buy Jamie Lee Curtis being able to do anything in the prior film. She's just too old. Come on. We got a 60-year-old plus lead, and you're telling me she's going to be able to take on a fit, able-bodied man like Michael Myers? Come on. Hollywood, you're pandering too freaking hard. You're pandering way too hard. Her daughter wasn't that hot. Her granddaughter certainly wasn't that hot. Hoping for a gilf, got none. There's hope for a recast, obviously, because the daughter potentially would have aged. So, just as long as it's not Zendaya. Dear God, as long as it's not Zendaya. Yeah. Halloween Kills. I'm kind of thinking about that right now. Halloween Kills. Yeah. Terrible name, too. Terrible name. Really? I'm hoping in the year that it's going to take for the next one to come out, I'm really hoping that they can come up with a different name. This might be a placeholder, you know? Because maybe Halloween Kills, you know, it's a $1 billion franchise, and they chose Halloween again. Look, when you're doing a $1 billion franchise, look to Marvel. They never have the same movie named twice, you know? Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Captain America, The First Soldier, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War. There's no repetition in there, you know? So when you're thinking of a name, think of something better. Honestly, if this movie ends up being good, then I think they should just name it Lady Bird. Kind of get that bad taste out of our mouths, you know? Ladybirds, It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night would be a great name for a Halloween movie. As long as you don't have shitty Jamie Lee Curtis in it and her hot family. John Carpenter would be rolling in his grave right now were he dead. And this might be the movie that kills him. But, you know, he's probably also making a lot of money about it, so not so much. All right. The Eternals. God damn it. More Marvel. It's pushed to November 2021. Seems a little forced in the diversity cast. Right? Strong female lead. Angelina Jolie. You know? I don't really know if she has the star power. They didn't really like cast a big name for it. But honestly, if it's Marvel, I'm gonna watch it. You know? Even if I don't understand anyone who's talking in the movie. I'll watch it. So, they get a pass. Gemma Chan's kind of hot. Angelina's kind of hot, too. She's older, but, you know. They might de-age her. Who knows? Kit Harington's kind of hot, too. Richard Madden's pretty hot. Brian Tyree Henry's kind of hot. In a weird way. I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's name. Not that hot. Not that hot. Okay. Well, those are all the ones that I can think of or that I even care about talking about. But, yeah, God, 2020. What a bummer year, right? What a bummer year. Just keeps getting worse and worse. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. As always, I'm Noah Norton. I definitely recommend you go follow our Instagram account. We had a great tribute to former actor Donald J. Trump on there. It was really touching. The comment section was flooded with just warmth and support. So it was great seeing that community kind of rally around this legendary figure in our lives. So again, our thoughts are with Ivanka and their children. God, this is really, it's really tough. But thank you for listening. Have a great day.